Hello, everybody. How you doing? Super excited for today. Oh, this is going to be fun. So my daughter asked me, or I asked my daughter last week at the end of the catapult workshop what she wanted to do, and she said cars. So I thought about it all week. I've got a couple ideas. I brought out a whole bunch of bricks. I've only tested these very little bit, so you're going to see me build them as I'm actually designing this stuff. Hopefully, it'll give you an insight into how to do this, and you will run with those ideas and make something fantastic. So let's get started. I'm going to flip the camera around towards the table, and then I will show you a couple of my little creations. If this is noisy, I'm sorry. I think that is good right there. Let's get this part out of your way. Okay, here we go. Firstly, we're going to be making these. I made mine like a jet, but let me show you how it works. I think everybody's familiar with this little device, right? I'll show you something if I can find my part here. What I use to blow up a balloon. You can use that. You attach the end of the balloon. I just discovered this today. This is fun. Okay. Make sure your Lego's clean. Do not do this if you have dirty Lego. Oh, that'd be gross. Okay, here we go. Ready? I popped it. Not the balloon, my build. All right, here we go. There's a balloon. Let's see if I can find my build. There it is. Okay. Here we go. This is awesome. Okay. Okay. Maybe don't do this part while your balloon's, inflated. That might not be a good idea. So hold your balloon around the end of that. Okay. There. Put this on. Make sure not to pop the balloon. That could be bad. Oh, that's the wing and everything. Okay. I think I got it. All right. Watch this thing soar. Okay, here we go. Okay, it doesn't soar quite, but I mean, it goes. I mean, that's impressive that it goes. Okay, we tear this down. I'm going to show you that. And once we're done with that, I want to show you this. This is the second funnest thing I've ever built with Lego, the trebuchet being the first. Okay, here we go. Remember the old pullback cars? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. One more. Ha ha! I'm going to show you how to build that. But I'm going to tear it down, start from the beginning again. These are my proofs of concept, which means I just build stuff to see if it's actually going to work. Because I don't want to get here at the workshop and then realize, oh, that's a terrible idea. So, okay, here we go. Balloon car. Super simple. These can take, I don't know, 5 minutes at most to build. So I started with this frame. You don't need this. If you just use some plates, you can do that. That's fine. Just make sure that your wheels are going to spin nice and free. So I use big grippy wheels. Right, they're on an axle, or axle. That's not an axle. That's a pin. On a pin. Okay. Spins nice and free. Make 2 of those. You don't have to use these particular pieces for the axles or the wheels. Use what you got. I just wanted big wheels. Now, when you're making a balloon car, it doesn't have a lot of thrust. So the heavier your car, the less it's going to go. And probably these wheels aren't the best for it because they're really heavy wheels to move. Now we get to the back end. You can choose whichever end you want to be your back end. I just put a block there. Okay. And that is where our balloon is going to rest. Now we need some way to get that balloon so that it won't just go flying everywhere, because you know what happens with balloons, and I know you want to see this. Here we go. But I've got a bag of fancy balloons. No worries. Okay. Grab another balloon. Take that. Pull that over. Depends how you want to make a hole in the back end, but you need a hole for that. You could probably just use a couple of plates. Okay. Now we want to lock it in, and you saw at the beginning, I didn't lock it in very well. It just popped off. Okay. You don't want that to happen. That is not what you want to happen. So I would suggest you maybe build it out a little bit more and maybe use a few things like brackets to lock in that from the top and bottom. Do you know how to use brackets? If you don't, and you watch the tips of the day, which I think everybody should be watching tips of the day, right? If you want, this week, I will show you how to lock things in like this with brackets so they won't fall apart. Okay, so we got that. We got that. We got that. We got our back end done. Okay. There we go. Now, front end. What can happen when your balloon starts deflating is it'll be big and it'll like drape over these wheels. And it will make it harder for the wheels to turn, which means we'll slow down our balloon car. So you want to make standoffs. And that's just a fancy word to say keep the balloon off our tires so they stand off. So, of course, we're going to put some big wings in front of that, right? So as our balloon deflates, it's going to rest here. Okay, and that's not good. That's going to break, right? Yeah. See, we don't want that. So maybe one plate. Just one. Just one. All right. Bag of plates. One across. Bang. Okay. And remember, we want to keep this thing light. The more pieces you put on it, the heavier it gets, the less it's going to fly. Okay. And then, speaking of flying, I mean, we got to put some decoration on it, right? Okay. We'll put that on. I'm sure you can come up with something better than this. I'm sure you can. So, oh, our balloon will pull through. Huh. I bet you it won't when it's inflated. All right, here we go. Get my handy dandy balloon blower upper. Put that on. See how it holds it nice and tight? I had thought maybe you could use this as a jet engine because jets kind of work this way. They take a whole lot of air and they shoot it out a small hole. It didn't work. It really didn't work. All right, here we go. Load up. What? I took my thing off. Oh, my balloon blower upper. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, the balloon's stuck. There we go. Okay. Ah! Put your finger on the hole. See? This is why I use the balloon blower upper, because it's easy to stop the flow of air. So then we're going to grab our end like this. Pull it off. Just like that. Okay. Turn it around. Turn around. Okay, here we go. Whew. Okay, it's not very blown up. I could probably blow this up quite a bit more. Should I? You think I should? Okay, we're gonna blow it up more. Okay. I mean, we want this thing to fly. My table is very small. It'd be nice if it could fly off the table. Okay. That's a balloon. Hopefully it doesn't pop. Okay, here we go. There. All right. Balloon car test 1. Oh, it would have went off the table, but a cord got in the way. So there we go. You can build your very own balloon car. And I think you should make it way fancier than mine. If you build one, I want to see a picture. So why don't you take a picture? You can send it to our Facebook page, and I will see it, and I will post it there for you. Okay, we got that. You got one way to make things move. Now, if you've ever seen this before, maybe. This is Legos. Oh, sorry, I kicked the camera, and that's why it's wobbling. This is a Lego wind-up. Right? They work really well, especially when you put a wheel on. Okay. Let's get that in and turn and turn and turn and turn. I mean, those things fly. All right. How about we don't use this? How about we do it ourselves? How about we make our own? These do work really well, and they're really fun. But this is about trying to do things our own way. Right? Exactly. So we are going to show you how to build one of these. And the first thing we need to do is rip it apart. So this was just a proof of concept. By no means is it the only way to do this, but it is definitely one way of doing it. And axle cut. And there we go. Bang. Destroy. Wreck. This is almost as satisfying as building something that works. Taking it apart. Okay. Bang. Crash. Boom. And whole lot of axle, or whole lot of bushings. Bang, 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 bang. Crash. There. Done. Out of my way. Okay. There's where we're going to start. So my thought was, I was looking at these. I was looking at all these holes. Maybe I'll bring it closer for you. There we go. You see that? Okay. See all those holes? I was thinking if you took an elastic band and you put it through those holes, you could probably fit quite a few elastic bands in that. So we take a pin and we do that and we pull that elastic tight. Are you with me? Then we're going to take another pin, put it in there, take our elastic and put it in this hole. See what we got? Now we just take it and spin. Do you remember anything about the catapults? Remember what it was called when you took something and you twisted it? It's called torque. So we're going to torque this thing when that's going to drive our car. Okay. Now, on my proof of concept, I only used one elastic. And really, I think we need more. I went out and I bought some more elastics. Just wait. Just wait. Don't go anywhere. I need my pins. They're here. Here. Bag of pins. Okay, here we go. So we take 2 more pins. Click. Click. This could get dangerous. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, slide in our other elastic. Flip it around that pin. Okay. Careful. Slide in our other elastic. Put it around that pin. Now you see how they're flipping around? They don't want to stay put. They're going, no. Stay put. They don't want to. They don't want to stay put. You tug them on this end and give them some tension here, and they'll tense up. Okay, they'll hold there, but they're not going to stay there. So we take another big gear like that, and we're going to smush them together. Okay, here we go. Where are you? We line it up. Clack. There. Now, that ain't moving. Okay, so we've got our elastics. They're going to be tight. Now, we need an axle. We made a boo-boo. Do you see the boo-boo? I don't know if you can see the boo-boo. Can you see the boo-boo? Our axle holes aren't lined up. Okay. Pull this thing off. Oh, no. Ah! We lost everything. Do it again. Number 1, make sure your axle holes line up before you put things together like that. Okay. So here we go. Line up our axle holes first. And click it down. There. Now we have somewhere for an axle to go. I'm going to take this one and put that in. This might be a bit tricky. There we go. We got it. Okay. So we've been able to trap our elastics. We got that on a axle. Let's test. I'm going to hold this upside down. Oh, we got some movement. This spins really easily. That looks good. Okay. Next part. We are going to trap this axle with quite a few of these small bushings. Now, you could use bigger bushings, but the reason I'm using smaller ones is because they fit really tight. And the more bushings you use, they're going to try to push on each other. So if we get 4 bushings that are really tight, that are trying to push on each other, they're not going to budge. And there's going to be a lot of force trying to pull that axle out. If we only had 1, watch what happens. See? Just slips right out. So 4 bushings. 3 and 4. Okay. Now. Get that out of my way. Get that out of my way. I don't need that anymore. I do need a drink of water. 1 second. I'm at the end of a cold, so my throat is dry. Here we go. Now we're going to take this 8-wide beam. Technic brick. It's not a beam. I just did a whole video on that. I should know the difference, right? Right. There we go. Then we're going to take another 8-wide and put that on the bottom. So that makes sure that remains secure. There's almost a poem there. Yeah. So now we got that. We got it all locked in. It ain't gonna budge. But we need something for these elastics to hold on, right? Right. Okay. I think we can swing that. Let's find us some more 8 wide beams. And we do that. And then we do that. They're not beams, they're bricks. Stop confusing me. Okay. And that. Oh, yeah, there's something just fell on the floor. Okay. So now we got that. Now we're going to, I think we made a bit this too far back. I think we're going to move this forward a bit. Okay. Because we need room for wheels in the back. So if we don't move it up a bit, we won't have room for our wheels in the back. So where do we go here? There. All right. And that went there like so. This is correct. This is looking correct. What happened there? Oh, it went one and a half stud off. There we go. Ah! Stop breaking. It's hard to build this way when you're building with a camera in your face, believe it or not. Okay. Woo! That took some work. Okay. Now, we got this. Another Technic brick. We got lots of holes. Can you see that? There we go. Got lots of holes there. Oh, I hit the hammer again. What if we took this in the center hole, a pin, and we use a connector on it, and that can be the anchor point for all our elastics. So what's going to happen is all the elastics are going to be trying to pull this way and that way and twist it and turn it. But since all the elastics are going to be on that point, all those forces are going to cancel each other out. Okay? So we'll do this. Now we got an elastic feeding situation coming. Okay, so let's think of the best way to do this. We'll do a yellow one and a purple one on either side. So maybe start with the yellow ones. Start with the yellow ones. Do a yellow one on this side. Do a yellow one on this side. Okay. And that's gonna go on there. These are slippery elastics. They don't want to stay put. Do a purple one on this side. Okay. And the last purple one, this has gone better than I expected it to. I think we got it through. Excellent. Okay. Look at that mess. You ever play Cat's Cradle? That's what it looks like to me. Like a really messed up game of Cat's Cradle. All right. Take a 8x Technic brick again. We want to pull this till it's kind of tight. Doesn't have to be completely tight, just kind of tight. Maybe that's too tight there. So what are we at? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 away. So we'll put an 8 brick there. Okay. And an 8 brick on the other side. Okay. Now, why am I using Technic bricks? You could use regular bricks if you wanted for these side pieces. The only reason I'm using Technic bricks instead of regular bricks for those is because I had them at hand. So I pulled Technic bricks out. But you can use regular bricks. You can make designs and everything on the sides. Don't worry about that. Oh, you see that? You see? Twisting, twisting, twisting. What's gonna happen? It's like a jack in the box. Look at that. Look how thick that is. Oh, wow. Here we go. Oh, man. That's got a lot of strength behind it. Can you hear the Lego creaking? It really is. I don't know. If I stop talking for a sec, you might be able to hear it. Twist, 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 and ready for it? Oh, that's going to be fun. Okay. Our elastics are in place. That is our engine right there. Of course, you could add more elastics. Of course, you could make this more powerful. But it has some strength there right now. Look at that. Okay. This is going to be good. Now, I'm going to take another Technic brick. And I need that locked in. Oh, I should mention, you want to make sure that that's sturdy. Really, really sturdy. If there is any give to this at this point, you will have what we call a mechanical failure. This is why I use bricks on this, okay? Because this is going to be very stressful. Okay, when you do that, it is pulling really, really hard this way, and it just wants to collapse those. So that's why it's 3 bricks thick, right? Okay. And another thing I was thinking, oh, well, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so we put this here. And that's just to cage those in, give them more support. We want those bushings to be very strong because, as I said, that force is pulling really hard to pull that axle right out and pull those whole things right out. Okay. We'll put another bushing on that. And then we're going to put another bushing on that. And then this at the end. Okay. So this is a very small little gear. The important thing about this gear is it transfers energy sideways. So when we put a gear like this on, it turns it. I'll show you the difference between a gear like that and a regular gear. So here's a bag of gears. And these are your regular gears. They don't transfer power very well sideways. They slip a lot, but they do this way really well. You'll notice on these gears, they're kind of rounded on the sides, and that's what lets them transfer power sideways. Okay. So we're going to take an axle through like so. We're going to add a bushing like so. We're going to add another bushing, possibly a smaller one here, in my bag of bushings. And the reason we're adding all these bushings is we're going to put our rounded off gear here, which is called a bevel gear, so that the space is exactly what we need for this gear to connect to that gear. Okay, so that when we turn this gear, it's going to turn that gear. Notice how it's slipping there? You hear that? That is because this isn't locked in place yet. So it's just letting gear flop around. So let's do that right now. Connect that gear in place. Let's see if we can find some more. 8. Yeah, I don't think I have any more, but what I do have is some white right here. So that's just a regular 1x8 white brick. There we go. There's another one. Okay. Now when I turn that, that won't slip anymore. Okay. You want to make sure that this gear can't move up and down. That can't move side to side. This is all locked in. This is about making sure that this thing is sturdy. Okay? Because as I said, there's going to be a lot of force on this. So we want to make sure it is very strong. Now, I wonder if this will fit in there. Let's see. Okay, so this is a Technic connector. Axle hole on both sides. Okay, we're going to put that in like that. Obviously, we're going to take another axle and bring it through the other side. Okay, so like so. So now we have an axle connected all the way through on both sides. We'll put a bushing here. And these bushings are going to lock. Oh, I think that axle's too short. I think we're going to change that axle out. And that one's probably too long. Oh, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. Don't worry. We'll just unhook these real quick and change our axles out. This is, oh, my hat just hit the camera. This is what experimenting is all about, right? Something doesn't work. The lovely thing about Lego is it's not permanent. You can just go and change it up. Okay, we need that axle hole or that pinhole. There we go. There we go. Do this again. Okay. You'll notice that I put the axle through before I put the bushings on. Okay. Well, that's going to save you a lot of aggravation. And then we're going to push our axle through. And then we put the connector in because trying to fit an axle in and through there is not going to be fun. Oh, yeah, especially when you have this kind of structure that is so sturdy, you're never going to get an axle in and twist it around and turn it. So you put an axle connector in the middle like that. Okay. This one's probably a little bit too long, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Take our bearings again on our bushings, on the outside. And there should be no play when you move this back and forth, right? There should be no play there. It is locked tight, okay? Now we can take our wheels and get some nice big grippy wheels, okay? This isn't like the balloon car where you're worrying about weight. There's going to be a lot of power in this, and the bigger, the grippier the wheels, like that's going to grip really, when you push down, that's going to grip really hard. So that's what you want. So you can get those on. Then we're going to take bushing here, just a little one. These particular tires have a little hole in there. My camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. Can that focus for you? But you can see it. It's just around the axle. Perfect spot. Imagine Lego thought of everything for you to put a bushing in there. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Take our tires, slap that on. take a small bushing. We put that in. There's not as much stress on these tires as there are on these gears. So you don't have to put like a ton of bushings on. But if you want to make them decorative and like big and bulky and double tires and all that, go for it. Okay. We got our back tires on. We're going to give her a test and see if by pulling back, we can get this to move forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, launch! Wow. Okay. Yep. That works. Okay. Of course, we need front tires. I think we're going to turn this thing into a trike. Why not? So let's put that up here somewhere. More Technic bricks. More Technic bricks. How about we do that? Think that'll work? I think so. Okay, let's do that. Let's try to make this thing look cool. Pins. Did I bring black pins over? I didn't. Somebody asked me to sing. One of my friends. He said, well, I sing during a workshop. Why not? I sing all the time anyway. Okay, there we go. Okay, these are frictionless pins. I recommend you use the black pins, but I'd have to go digging for them right now, and I'm not going to do that. Okay, so there we go, because they're wobbly. But in this particular case, it doesn't really matter. Now, this is something about Technic bricks that I really like. It is wobbly, but we can fix that because we can take a plate and lock those together. And we can take a plate on the bottom and lock them together. And now there is no more wobble. Okay? So is that going to fit? That should fit. Oh, I forgot something. Okay. This might not work. Are you still with me? Here. Okay. Push that through. Is that going to work? Is that going to work? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we have one of these Technic connectors again. I'm going to put this through the second hole and push that through. And what I'd like, I didn't leave much room for myself here. Okay. I think the best way to do this will be to pop this off for now. Push this through. And we need somehow, again, bushings to create some space in here, because if we don't leave enough space, that tire is just going to rub against that, okay? So let's get some bushings on that. I think we might have to adjust our spacing for our tire. Let's see if that works. Okay. You see we got just enough clearance. That should be able to spin free. Okay. So that works. We'll put this on this side. And we're going to see if we can line this up again. I'm sorry if my hands are in the way. Okay. So will that work? That looks like it might. Get another axle. Doesn't need to be a big one. Okay. There we go. Let's see. So this is just a 5-wide axle now. Oh, that spins beautifully. Okay, there we go. You can tell it's not quite centered, right? Don't worry about it. It'll work fine. Okay, I'm just going to keep playing with that wheel the whole time. It's fun. Now, I mean, if you're going to make this cool, you're going to add some spinny blades and stuff like that on this end. I know you are. You're going to Mad Max this thing right up. Okay, there we go. It's almost like a dragster. That's pretty cool. Okay. This should work. Let's clear the table. We are making this one fly off the table, by the way. Let's see. Keep an eye on that right in there. Let's see how tight we can get this. When you pull, when you're going to go back, make sure to hold your wheel, because if you don't, that's going to happen. We're going to lose our power. So pull back, hold your wheel. Look at it. That was only a pull and a half. Oh, man. Oh, you hear it? I think that's as far as we're going to get. A pull and a half. Yep, the gear's already slipping. Okay, here we go. Make yourself. Yeah, make yourself one of these. This is fun. Okay. All right. I want to test this in here. This is what I'm most concerned about, is in here if it's going to slip off, because that's only held by one bushing. But those pins and everything like that, that should all hold it. But if it's going to fail, it's going to be in there, okay? The other thing that might fail is this gear. It is only a tiny gear. You don't want to turn this too hard, because if that starts stripping that gear out, it's gone. But they're cheap on Bricklink, so you could always replace them. Here we go. There's one pull. Yep. See? Oh, what happened? Oh, this came out. Okay. Okay. I think we can deal with that. We're going to need to put a bushing on this side to keep that from happening, right? Okay. Not a big problem. I threw my bushings over here. Okay, here we go. We got our bushings again. Now, pull this axle right out. Again, we're going to put our axle through the pinhole and then feed it through there and lock it in place. There we go. Okay. Make sure those two bushings are side by side. They shouldn't be tight. You never want anything with Technic to be tight, but it's definitely going to have to hold, okay? If you put things really tight in Technic builds, you'll find that things don't work nice and loose like that. Like everything you build with Technic should have some nice spin to it. If it doesn't, then it's going to bind and it's not going to work properly. Okay, turn around. Slap the wheel on. Take our bushing. Put that in again. All right, now this shouldn't slip out. We'll see. 1, 2. Can we get 2.5? Oh, no. 2 is it? All right, here we go. All right, that's way too fun. Okay. Well, that's all I had. So I'm really impressed with that. I was really excited. That is a fun thing. I would love to see you guys take this. I mean, this thing goes. So take this, turn that into a roadster, and send me a picture. Even better, send me a video. Show me how yours works. I want the one thing that this does have that's I don't really like on it is that it's got a little bit of rebound. So when it goes forward, it's gonna kind of turn again a little bit. But that's okay. I mean that's acceptable. This pretty much goes as fast as that Lego pullback. I gotta say, if you could get more elastics, bigger elastics, and maybe beef up these gears, I think you can get these things really flying. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for those that were tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I had fun. I hope you had fun. if you want, you can like and subscribe to our channel and share this out. And next week, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If you have some builds that you would like to see me do, I will gladly give them an attempt and see if I can do it. Until then, we have a Patreon account. So if you like our videos and you would like to see more of them and better quality, then that's a great way to support us to make that happen. So until next week, have a fantastic Lego-rific week. Happy building. See you later.